Now I have to be quite frank, I would hate to show you the kind of drawers I used to make. They were pretty pathetic, but fortunately I've evolved since then. Now, some of the basic things about drawers, I think that when the drawer is open there should be no views of any laminations or end grain, and to do that what I do is, this one's not so important. It's we do an end to face joint here with this on the inside, so when the drawer's open you don't see it. Now if you do this at the front, it's the same. You put it on the inside and then when the drawer's open you won't see it. But I prefer to do a mitered joint to the front, and that has the same effect. You don't see the end grain, and you can see the dowels if you leave them exposed. The third thing is I recess the bottom of this below the dowel arrangement, and this fits on the bottom plate, so you don't see, when the drawer's open again, you don't see the lamination or the end grain. Now the wood I used to use face plywood, but I don't like that anymore. I like to go for solid wood all the time. So I mill this down to 5/8 thick, 3/4 just a wee bit sort of, you know, just a bit rough. But the 5/8 is a bit better. And remember also, when you do a miter joint with 5/8, you finish up with a 7/8 contact area, so you're getting greater strength, and also with the dowels, it's never going to fail. In case you're wondering, these here, they're just, I've left them exposed just to see the way this is done. As I say, you can do this at the front. Now, with the dowel arrangement, we have 6 dowels here, you know, and when they exit the wood here, you can do them blind, just in here. It creates a very strong joint. I like to expose them, so they come out like this. Now, when they exit at 45, they're ovoid in shape. And once you've trimmed that off and sanded it, it's really quite a nice finish. I use black walnut dowels to give a contrast. Okay, I think that's about it, so let's get started. Now we'll deal with the rear setup first. This is the inner wall. And we put our check marks on the reference faces, on the reference edge and face, and we put our X's on the surfaces to be drilled. Now there's nothing complicated with this one. We take our Dowelmax knob, use spacing here to centre on the 5/8 wood. Very straightforward, using our simple formula. Now the check mark to check mark. Bring it up to this edge here, get that flush, tighten up. Now what I've done here is I'm drilling through, there's a whole bunch of permutations, but what I'm doing here is drill through, I count them from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're drilling through 2 and 3 and 5. Then you slide it up, move the indexing pin into the last hole, and we drill 5 again. And that gives us 4 holes on this end here. Now, a wee bit of alteration here when we deal with this one. You'll see that there's no way we can put Dowelmax to get these bores through on the face of this piece of wood. So what we have to do here, you'll see there's two threaded areas here. Well, you just remove this here and take these 2 studs completely out, remove the clamp bracket, and you just take these 2 studs and the clamp bracket and bolt it onto this face here. And what you have then in effect is this. This is what we call the second configuration. And all you do is you use the same spacers, don't change the spacers. And what you do is you go back to the check mark to check mark, And in this case the check mark is up at this end, and once again you just do the exact the same through 2, 3 and 5. Slide it up, put that in the last one, and then you drill 5 again. And once you've done that, and there you have a perfect, very strong joint. This you won't see because that's at the back. This is the surface you would see here, so this is invisible. It's right at the back. We're now going to complete the miter joint at the front of the drawer, and we'll be doing exposed dowels coming out of 45 degrees and leaving a nice ovoid shape. What you do is you dismantle Dowelmax, so you're left with the centre block, a guide block we call it, and you use our new 45 degree accessory. Now I've got a backing piece on this, a sacrificial piece, to reduce tear out. So you have to, for that reason, you have to do more spaces than you would normally be required. Now for this kind of joint, what you want to do is get as close to this corner in here as you can, because that gives you a deeper cut for the dowels, and it's also, you know, it's just much stronger. And so as I say, this is a 5/8 again. Install this here. There are only 2 check marks required for a miter joint, and the one check mark is here. So we bring this up, bring Dowelmax along to the end, and it's the good thing about this is it's fairly well locked because of the shape. Check it again, that's pretty good. And what we're going to do here is go through. Now what you want to make sure that before you install this, put your drill through here and make sure you're not contacting the aluminum accessory. Now in this case we're going to do all 5, and then we're going to do an additional one using the indexing pin. I'll just loosen this off, move it along to the second position, insert the indexing pin, which brings it back to accuracy within the thousandths of an inch again. Now the indexing pin is holding it in position, and we drill number 5 again. And look at the accuracy there. Absolutely perfect. That's really worked out well. Now you just do exactly the same with the second miter, except you'll be doing it in a position 180 degrees different. That's the only difference. Now this is a view of the drawer assembled. It's just a dry fitted, it's not glued. You can see that this has not been dressed up yet. You can see that it's almost perfect. Almost, not quite perfect. And when these are glued and clamped, we'll sever these dowels at the end, and then we'll sand it using the orbital sander, and it'll give that nice oval finish, which will be seen from here. Not here because there's fascia plating on there, but when you open the drawer, you'll see these oval dowels on the face. This is the final stage. The drawer is just almost completed. We've got the miter at the front here and the inner butt joint or end to face joint here, which is really strong. The bottom's inserted but not fixed yet. We've sanded off the dowels and everything has worked out really well. It's really quite square. And with these miters are really important. What I did was I used a couple of test pieces on the table saw to make sure you get them absolutely spot on. As you can see, the dowels, you won't see these dowels because there's a fascia plate on here, but you will see this one here and this other one. Now if you wanted a bit more contrast, you could yeah, there you can see what a nice effect that it has, and I mean there's nothing stronger than that.